Hey you guys, time for our nightly TikTok, right? So I did make you a video about the food, but I don't think it was very popular. Lots of people didn't understand it, I'm guessing. So I'm here to answer any of your questions. Hey there, you're the first. Who are you? Tell me your name, where you're from. I made you guys a video this morning about my food routine and, the binging and the going hungry, but I'm guessing it wasn't as popular, or maybe people misunderstood it. So I can answer any questions here or talk about it because it's a big topic, it seems. And some people were like, hey, you need therapy. And, girl, you're destroying your body. And I'm like, you totally misunderstood it. But I've seen that before. You share something that works for you and people totally take it wrong. Anyway, so ask me any questions about that or comment on it. I hope it was helpful because it doesn't look like maybe it wasn't helpful. But I'm going to do the next one about how to be comfortable with touch. At least I have always struggled, like somebody would touch me and I would jump, right out of the chair, right out of my pants, or depending on who it was who was touching me. Or if somebody wouldn't even be touching me, but they would get close to me and I would just jump from waiting for them to touch me. So if you want me to talk more about food, I'm happy to. But if that's kind of like moot point and we're gonna, move past it, then totally we can talk about touch, about how to be comfortable with your touch. Actually, how to be comfortable when people touch you, or just how to be comfortable with touch, period. And the other one you asked me to talk about is flashbacks. So I can talk about that as well. But tell me what you think about the food stuff. Because I did change, my body was in a lot of pain. Like I had to go and pee every 15 minutes. So my bladder was really, really irritated. So I did have to change my entire diet. And I tried, hey there, Kashmiri Kami. Hey, how are you doing? Tell me what you thought of that video about food. I just shared with you what worked for me, guys, and it's very radical, like it's not very common, and so I get that a lot. I usually don't talk about it because people go, well, you're weird and you're like you're not eating vegetables and oh my god, and you're crazy, or some people would misunderstand what I'm doing, and it's just like, well, I'm just nerding out to get my body to my perfect functionality, because I believe that this in here functions best when your body is healthy too. But it's not a very popular opinion, and especially in America. So whatever. It helps me. I feel awesome, like I'm my most productive. I sleep really well. I don't really sweat much. My mood is even. My energy is even. And has to do a lot with what you're putting in your body. It's like, if you put shit in your car, is it going to run on it? No, you have to put like gas into it, right? So whatever you put in your body, that's what's running you. And the same about your brain. Hey, yay, I'm live, Warren Gisley, or I can't pronounce your thing. Yeah. I just need a little hope. Okay, tell us more. And can we all send hope to It's Just Amne? I think we did that last time. Are you happy? Totally. Yeah, I'm like in the best place that I've been in a long time. So it's been over 10 years. Actually, it's been about 12 years that I've been on a journey of healing. When I was depressed, suicidal, I had ADD, ADHD, PTSD, insomnia. It was not fun. I was very sick. My body was very sick. My mind was very sick. I was sick all over, and I was going to like 3 doctors a week. I was dysfunctional completely. I used to have a startup. I had to give it up because I just, I couldn't work. And I was a single mom, so that kind of compounded all together. And when I look at pictures of myself back then, it's like, holy shit, I can't believe it. I look kind of like an old lady, even though I'm older now. It's amazing, actually. Oh, you have post-traumatic stress disorder? Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Elizabeth. That fucking sucks. You can't really explain it to people if they haven't had it before. Everything triggers you. You can't even go outside on the street, or you're afraid to touch things, a smell, a sight, and you don't understand it. It makes you feel debilitated. You think like you're stupid or crazy, or you don't understand it because your body is reacting to what's happened to you, but your mind doesn't remember. It doesn't have a story in your mind altogether. That's why I keep telling you guys, writing is like the cheapest thing that can help you. Hey there, Crossant. Yeah, if you're asking a question or if you're doing a comment, can you tell us who you are? Hey, Shimi Polkaru, you know, what your name is, where you're from, and what's going on. And just so also like household stuff, guys, for you. If you see any trolls or if you see anybody being weird or whatever, tell me and I'll block their asses right away. Because, woo, yoo-hoo, from Brooklyn, right on. Wow, thank you for being here. It's really late in Brooklyn now, past midnight, huh? Okay, Okta baby, hey, hey, hey. I mean, did I totally botch it for you guys? This video about food, was that helpful at all? Because that didn't get much views and like got some really strange comments in there. I had to delete some of them because people misunderstood. It was like, I'm not sharing it because I have some kind of disorders. I'm sharing for you what really works for me. So tell me if it was helpful, because I'm doing it for you. And you know, we talked about food last night. It's just Amni says, do you think I can completely heal from abuse? Not 100%, but to be happy. Yes, I did, and you can too. So, can we all tell? Can we all go and tell? It's just Amni that you can do it. Like you can do it. Oh, it was. So Shimi Polkaru. Okay, as long as I know that it helped at least one person, I don't give a fuck of what anybody else thinks. If that helped you, if you raise a hand, that video about food, and if you want to know more, I'm gonna keep making it for you. I don't care. It was just, I got some strange comments on it, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, this is not what I meant, but most of the time, people don't understand, so that's why I was silent for 10 years. I just hid from people. I was just like, I'm fucking done with people, you know? Krasn said, I think everyone can heal, but it takes time. Yeah, absolutely. Well, it takes time. Oh, hey, can we all say to the Winsker, happy birthday? Hey, how old are you? Where are you from? Everybody please flood the Winkster with happy birthday wishes. Soupy Doopy says, I saw a TikTok about it. It used to be comedic relief in my friend group. Does that mean I have low self-worth? Can you tell me a little bit more about that? Your hometown. Do you remember the quote you said in the video? Something about you can't grow out of the old you're in. Yeah, totally. So, okay, so I'm from Moscow, you guys, from Russia. And every time I go back, the entire city throws me in for a loop. I actually, when I go back around every 3 to 4 years, and when I come back, it takes me about 2 weeks to get back to normal. Anybody here, raise your hand. Anybody, those of you who like me ran away from their city, town. I mean, it doesn't have to be a different country. For me, it was a different country. And you come back and like just the sight of it just fucking unnerves you. Like you can't, I mean, I don't really go back often. And I love some people in there, I have friends and people that I miss. But there's certain places that I really love. But there's some places I go, like certain streets, places where I lived, and it just plunges me into this depression. I can't eat. It's horrendous, you know, and I just accepted it. I was like, okay, I'm not going back because, you know, oh, hey, the Winsker is 33 from Wisconsin, still feel 32. Hey, shut up, I'm 45. You're a total baby. I mean, I love you to death. That's awesome. When I was 33, that's when I found out about all of my shit and I started healing. So right on the journey. Hopefully you don't have to heal from the shit that I had to heal from, because that was pretty awful. So if you got any questions about that food video that I made, it was just 1 minute and I actually tried making it 4 times and I kept deleting because I was like, fuck, I can't put 12 years of what I did with my food and eating into that little video. Making other people laugh. Oh, I left the state and yeah, right on. I totally feel you, like going back, so don't go back. I'm currently trying to get out of an abusive household and it's hard. Yeah, tell us more, and just why James or whatever, however you say it. You know, we do this here, kind of like crowd loving you. So can you please tell just why James that you can do it, you can get out of it, you can do it. Tell us where you are, how old you are. Maybe some of us can help you. You know, Shimi Polkaru says I ran too, and it's weird, and I've only been back once. It's weird how your mind blocks out your trauma to function. I feel like can't heal without. Okay, so like you can't heal without going back into it. So I had that same issue, you know, as I would try to remember and it would plunge me into like panic attacks, and they were so terrible that 911 had to be called on me. So I would say, you know what? You don't have to remember. I mean, oh, you're 21 in Georgia, USA, trying to go back to Canada. Fuck, well, COVID sucks, right? Everybody's fucking stuck and we can't really go anywhere. Like, I'm stuck here. At least I don't have to go anywhere. But I have a lot of friends who got trapped in different places because they were traveling. So Serendipity Tinker says, hurt people can hurt people. I'm so happy to see you were a hurt person that is healing people. Yeah, you know, thank you. I sometimes wonder why do you guys think that is that some people who have been hurt others, and some of us never do. Like, we can't. We absolutely cannot. Our bodies just twist up, and like we can't think of hurting somebody else. We only want to help and love people. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's genetic. I don't know if it's an environment, if it has to do something with your character. What exactly does that mean? I don't know. Let me read some more stuff. How do I stop shame spiraling? Oh my God. Can we all give love to Soupy Doopy? Anybody who's been experiencing the shame stuff? You know, it's been a long time ago for me, so I don't actually remember anymore. Like, I'm not struggling with this anymore, but I used to. I used to have whole body flashes of shame. I would get red in the face. Like, I would feel my whole skin tingle. It was horrible. I would want to drop through the floor. One of the worst things that happened to me, I struggled a lot with, well, when you're a child and you've been sexually abused, your entire genital area is violated. And so I always had trouble with, you know, with my bladder, with peeing. I would pee myself, or I would hold the pee. It was just, it's a long and kind of an ugly story. But I remember once I was in grade school and I really wanted to go pee, and I would hold it because I was so ashamed to say it in front of the whole class. And there were boys and they would snicker. You know, and then the teacher was really strict. I had to like raise my hand and wait. So I didn't. And then she called on me, the teacher. And then I had to like get up and recite a poem or whatever, you know, whatever you do in class, right? So I stood there and I had to go pee so bad. I started peeing myself. It was a horror show. I stood there and I squeezed my legs and I can't hold it anymore. And it just started trickling. And I'm reciting this poem and I look at my, you know, stockings and I see this urine going down, and I watch these boys sitting in front. They begin seeing it, and I don't remember what happened. I don't remember how I got home. I don't remember if I changed, you know, my clothing, if my grandma beat me, or like what happened. But that was the most awful, shameful experience I've ever had. So I always keep thinking about that, what you just asked about, Soupy Doopy. Because that shame did not compare with anything else. And I would have these dreams where I would be naked from waist down. It actually did happen to me. I was 6 and I was at the dacha. In Russia, dacha is like a summer house where you go from the city. And there's this boy, you know, he was 6 and I was 6. And again, when you have been exposed to sex or sexual activity as a child, you cannot help it, but you repeat it. So he's like, hey, do you want to look at my pee-pee? And I'm like, sure, you know. And so he's showing it to me. And then he's like, well, I want to now look at yours. I mean, we're both kids, right? And so he pulled down my pants, and then I stand there, and my grandmother came to pick me up because I was hanging out with that boy. And I ran. I was so scared because I knew we were doing something wrong, or I imagined we were. So I ran to this outhouse. Any of you here from Europe, you know what an outhouse is, right? It's like a little kind of a shack with like a hole where you poop and pee. And I hid in there. And my great-grandmother, I still remember, she found me in there. I didn't have anything from waist down. She paraded me across the street for everybody to see, naked from my butt down, and then she threw me on the bed and she beat me with stinging nettles. So I have these horrible dreams still, like a nightmare, when I'm naked from waist down and I'm like covering it up, and like there's all these people. It would be like co-workers or people in my school or whatever. So that was just the worst. I mean, I don't know if that speaks to your Soupy Droopy. See, you just prompted me for like a long story. But I know what you're feeling. So if we all can tell Soupy Droopy, hey, I've been there, about shame spiraling. It took me many years to get out of it, mostly through my stories. The story that I told you, I remembered it from writing it down because I blocked it out from my memory. So just writing stories, that is what brought it up, and understanding that it was not my fault. That is what stopped the shame, is understanding that I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. That boy did nothing wrong. We mimicked what adults have done to us, and that is just, sexual abuse was rampant. It was Soviet Union. We didn't have sex in the whole country, like nobody would admit to it. And it was nasty shit that happened in the households. Oh my God, that was a long answer. I live with my mentally, sometimes physically abusive father. That fucking sucks. Hold on, there's like, if I don't scroll up, TikTok is doing this weird thing where everything suddenly pops all at once. I bought the book you suggested, Body Keeps the Score. Right on. Hopefully it doesn't freak you out. It is amazing. KK says yes, and I can see others hurting others. Absolutely. Hey there, Eric. Hey, we had Eric today in his first circle in my community in Emberville. How was it, Eric? Tell everybody. It's just, Tamne, I feel like you just don't want to put people through your pain. You just want to control, you choose. Yeah, totally, absolutely. So thank you all for sending me love. Thank you for sharing experiences. I'm a mistake. I'm guilty. Yes, absolutely. So, I mean, the best I can do for you guys is share these stories, because honestly, I haven't talked about this for years and years and years, and nobody really wants to hear it in my family. So the only reason, yay, you loved it. Yeah, we'll come tomorrow, Eric. Tomorrow is going to be at 1 from 1 to 3. I'm leading it. It's about, I'm leading a circle on, we call our classes circles on being naked. Actually, it's going to be about how do you write about yourself when you strip down everything and you become naked? Like, who are you really as a person, as a character in your story? Oh, shoot. Well, I'll see you at the other ones. We have like 2 circles every day. Okay. Yeah. Scrolling back up. So, it's just, Amne says, when I opened up to my mom about my abuse, she told me, why didn't you move? And I don't know how to feel. Yeah, you know what? When I told my mom was like, well, why didn't you remember? Why didn't you tell me? And then she's like, are you sure? And then she got angry at me. She said, you ruined my life. It could not have happened. I was like, I ruined your life? Like, and she still would not talk to me. She still tells me, stop talking to me about this. I don't want to talk about it. Same with my stepmom. So it's like, yeah, KK, after healing, you can feel normal again. I mean, I feel normal. And those of you who watched my video on how I confronted my father, did any of you here watched it? It's like maybe about 10 videos down. It says how to confront your abuser. If you want to go watch it, just go watch it. And that video knocked me on my ass for half a day, because I haven't revisited that memory for a long time. And when I did, I forgot what PTSD is like. I forgot what it's like to feel like shit. I forgot. So for those of you asking, hey, are you healed? Yeah, I am. But you know what? When I dipped down into it, I mean, in the past, it would have knocked me out for weeks. This time it was only half a day, but man, I really felt awful remembering that conversation. Just You, Jamie says, they don't understand the shame, guilt, and anger. Yes. Are you still in contact with my parents? Oh, you saw it? Loop for you? Yeah. So I haven't talked to my dad in 12 years. I don't know. I think I was 33 or 34 when I confronted him. That was my last phone conversation with him. With my mom, I talked a few months ago. It's very difficult. Like, she loves me in her own way, but I can't talk to her like to a mom. When I call her up, she tells me all of her stuff, and it's always bad, and I always have to help her. She always asks for money. So I'm like a bank. I got angry at one point because I was like, I'm not a bank. Like, can you just ask me how I am, But it's difficult. She's not in a very good place. So she just sent me a message on WhatsApp recently that she found a job, and I'm like, yay, good for you, because she's struggling very much. She's been beaten by life. She lives below poverty level. I sometimes feel like the shittiest daughter on the planet, but at the same time, I know I have to take care of myself first, and I'm not able financially to pull her right now. So like, I'm not myself making any money at the moment because I'm putting all my money into my startup. I've put all my money into a startup, and I can't pay myself yet salary or anything else like that. So I can't. And that is the worst. Like, I want to help, but I can't. So I limit my contact with her. She also, what is it you guys called it here? Narcissistic? I mean, I'm not familiar with that term, but I guess that's what it is. I really know where it's coming from her because she's been abused a lot. Okay, so then I guess that is narcissistic, right? Let me scroll back up. My mom said something similar. She refuses to believe that it happened more than once because, yeah, exactly. Well, you know why mothers do that? Because if she believes, then her whole life goes down the drain, right? She will go, oh my God, I've been married to a monster for 10, 15, however many years, and she can't because that will ruin her life, right? Do you see? I mean, she's not strong enough. That's what usually happens. Advice for loneliness, finding motivation when you feel sad or bored all the time. Right. That's what I do. I mean, just actually write what it feels like to be lonely, and you can write a beautiful book about it. Like I'm writing my books. When I was alone for about 10 years, I hid from people. That's what I did. I wrote books, I wrote stories, and then I wasn't alone anymore. I didn't feel lonely at all. Or come to my Zoom class on Saturday. We're going to do like a free class from 3:30 to 5 p.m. I sent you guys a bunch of invites. Thank you for your patience too. I got so many direct messages and I've just answered them all today. So tell me you're over 18, send me your email and your name, either in direct message here or go follow me on Instagram and send it to me there. It takes a lot of self-awareness and healing to understand that it wasn't your fault and release the shame. Absolutely. Oh God, who does? Says same with my mom. I you know what? Same with my mom. I feel you guys. This is fucking awful, but it's the truth. I understand that feeling. My parents, I feel like they love us, but they don't know how to love me. Yeah, well, I know that my parents loved me. They did the best, probably. But narcissistic means that they're the smartest person in the world, condescending. Then I think maybe my father is narcissistic. I mean, he's got all kinds of bullshit. Gaslighting, manipulating. I'm not sure what gaslighting is. I mean, I've seen that term, but maybe you can explain it to me. My cousin, a girl, touched me when I was younger, I think. And I tried to move, but I froze. You know, that's another. So I'm going to be making you guys a video tomorrow about touch. About being comfortable with touch. And that's the same thing. If you freeze, something happened to you. Like if somebody touches you and you freeze, trust your body. Your body is telling you something, okay? So watch. I mean, you can really learn a lot about yourself without any therapy, without any expense, without going to anyone at all. You have everything that happened to you is in here. It's not going anywhere. It's in here. It's stored in your body, in your muscles, and in your bones. All you have to do is listen, but we don't listen. Like, it's not in our culture, you know? We just block it out. I'm going to go watch a TV show, la, 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 la. I'm going to get myself drunk, blah, blah, blah. Fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. Yeah. Oh, I haven't heard that one. I heard fight or flight. I didn't hear freeze or fawn. That's interesting. Can you tell me more what that is? Gaslighting is convincing you of something that you'll eventually believe because you can't self-trust. Oh, yeah. Well, I guess I had the whole cocktail. I had all of it. Plus in Russian too, which is pretty sarcastically like mean. Russians are, and I used to be very mean, like sarcastic but mean, biting people because I grew up in that environment. So it took me a long time to get rid of it. I'm still trying to get rid of it. Yeetushti fetus, whatever, however you say it. This morning I threw a temper tantrum and it felt awesome. Yeah! Hey, everybody clap, please, for Yeetus. I don't know how you say it or if you tell us your name. Fuck yes. Have a tantrum. Like, it feels good, doesn't it? Just to be a kid and fucking roll around or scream. I don't know what you could do, but if you just tell us what you did, that is amazing. That is amazing. Oh, you're very welcome, KK. Totally, absolutely. Freeze is staying still. Okay, what is fawn? Like, I heard fight or flight. Freeze, I understand, but fawn? I've never heard it. It's kind of easy to remember, right? The 4 F's, FFF, and then the 5th one, which is fuck you, right? Soupy Doopy says, it's so hard for me to show my emotions. I'm so numb and put together all the time. I don't know why. I been here. Can we all tell Soupy Doopy? Yep. Same. Numb. most of the time. There's a video that I made about why you feel numb and how to fucking get over it. Justy James says, yes, screaming into a pillow. Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, if you can't scream because your neighbors are going to think you're nuts or whatever, scream into a pillow. I feel like you came into my FYP for your page for a reason. That's when I found out I was sexually abused. Shit. I mean, talk about coincidence, right? And I'm so sorry, and fuck your abusers. Like, really fuck them. I mean, if I had a bazooka, I would go and like, I do that in my books, you guys. I get so angry at this still happening, but at the same time, I will never probably harm anyone. I can't, but I hurt them in my books and my stories. It feels really good. So Fawn, Shimi Polkaru says, Fawn is trying to appease the abuser to not carry it out, to not, oh, okay, so you're like, kind of like begging, like, please don't hurt me? Is that kind of like what you say? I'm not sure, but I mean, it makes total sense. I absolutely agree with you. So I did all of those, and that's what happens, you guys. Fight or flight, and then you freeze or fawn. I mean, basically what happens is you store all that shit in your body. So if you jerk, if somebody touches you, or if you see, any of you had that, you see a movement, you're not touched yet, and you jump, yeah? Anybody is here with me? Or you hear a sound, you just hear a sound of the feet moving. For me, it's the stairs. You know, you hear the sound and you just freak the fuck out. Anybody else? Like, I don't even have to be touched. Just the expectation of being touched freaks me out. So I'm going to talk more about, in the video tomorrow that I'll make for you. Capitalism kills my soul. I love your name. Says, the worst part is that we would never hurt them the way they hurt us, even if we had the chance. Yeah, we wouldn't. I would not be able to hurt my dad. I mean, I kill him all over in my books, but if I saw him face to face, I probably would not be able to. Just why James says, yes, certain noise or actions are really triggering, begging or negotiating something. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, hey, look at that, you guys, we did it. So it's just Amne6 says, thank you, everyone. I feel so safe and good. This is what this is for. This is a safe community. Again, if we see anybody weird, and we have, last night I blocked 3 asses here, people who came in and started just throwing up some weird stuff. Yeah, fuck them. They're out of here. I mean, unfortunately, it is TikTok and it's free and anybody can join, and it's, you can be anyone, you can put up any picture, any name. That's why I'm creating my own community. So it's safe. It's 100% troll free. But I'm so happy. Can we all send love to It's Just Amne? Yes. Just say, yeah, you are safe here. We're not like them. Capitalism kills my soul says, we're not like them. We will never be like them. We're doing the work. Well, yes. And that is what fills us with empathy. Have you ever wondered why you can't be mad at people who are mad at you? You feel their pain, and you even though they're mad at you or they're hurting you, you know where it's coming from. You know it's coming from hurt, and you can't help it but to empathize. Yeah? Anybody else is here? I mean, you do feel mad and you want to kill them, but there's also this other side of it that you feel them, and it's the worst part. You go, I cannot empathize with the person who hurts me. It's like, what is wrong with me? Like, you want to hate them, but you just can't. We don't have that. We don't hurt people for pleasure. Like, we just don't. We can never go there. And Eric says, that's not the worst part. That's the best. That proves we're better. Right on. Yeah, totally agree with you. Nibrasi says, aching all over the body for no reason. Is this a sign of psychological abuse? And then my 5591 says, I don't think you're ready to hear the truth. What truth are you talking about? So, I don't know what that is, Nibrasi, because there's so many reasons you can be aching all over. And again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychologist, I'm just a fellow survivor. And I'm only telling you and sharing you here, guys, with what worked for me. Okay, so I don't know. Are you willing to dig deeper? Start writing about it. Capitalism kills my soul says, yes, I always thought it was odd that I empathize with my abusers. Not odd at all. We're just, buildings and bridges, hold on, says, being in a relationship with someone with severe depression is really hard. Yes. And both of my parents were not well mentally. So that was one of those things. Growing up with somebody who was like bipolar and constant mood changes. Like, my mom one moment she'd love me, another one she'd throw me away. It was just like, it was difficult because she would just go and leave the house for weeks. My grandmother practically raised me, and then she would reappear. And I would run to her. I remember I'd be crying. I'm like, Mom, I'm here. I'd grab her leg, and she would just, like do this motion, like tear me off. Like you're holding on. Have you ever had that? I don't know. Anybody else had that? You hold on to your parent, to their leg, and they just try to like kick you off, like get off me. And I never forgot it because I was just, Mom, I missed you. Like I haven't seen you for weeks. It was a horrible experience. She would throw me off and like walk away, close the door, and I would not dare to go see her. User X676899 says, my father has been explosive and so abusive to the point that after an argument, I completely forget. Same here. Oh, actually, okay, I totally feel you, User X. You know what? I would be in the middle of an argument and I would forget what I said 2 seconds ago. Anybody else in here can't argue, like can't get into these fights? You know how like these other people can call you all these names and you just stand there? You forgot what you said a minute ago. They told you, what did I just tell you? What did you just tell me? And you're like, blink, blank, like completely blank out. I could never fight because I forgot what I said a second ago. Okay, I'm not alone. Totally. And and you're like an idiot. And there's this person's like, and I told you this and that. Like they go off and on. And you're just like, holy shit. I'm like a dumbass because you can't remember what you said a second ago. So I'm with you. That's also a survival mechanism. I mean, that's your brain, it just shuts down. How do I start? User X says, how do I start? Oh, I'm sorry. Eric says, my boyfriend has to deal with it. With me, it's hard to watch. Yeah, it hurts. User X says, how do I start remembering it again so I can explain the abuse to my doctors and psychologists? Okay, can we just all give a big hug to User X? Please, everybody. User X676899. I gave up on therapists. I wish I had a better answer for you, but I realized that those people only care because I'm paying them and they don't really care and they don't really know. So I turned inward and I started writing stories and I found my readers of my books, and that is how I healed myself because they told me, I know your pain, like this. And I just, these are my books. I mean, you guys asked me for, so I got a bunch of them here just to show you, right? I wrote it out, and when I published them myself, that's when readers will read it and they'll be like, oh my God, I know this story. It happened to me too. But I would feel the story from underneath the fiction. And that is how I found people who get me. It's just like, I'm afraid to give you this advice because you know what? I'm just a fellow survivor again, but it's almost like I wouldn't waste my breath to explain unless people really understand you. Like it hurt me so much to try to do that. So I wish I had a better answer for you. The best I can do is, can we just all please send love to User X. User X, let me scroll up. What is your name? I've lost it. There's so much. User X676899. Please, can we make User X to not feel alone? Serendipity Tinker says, I found that was way easier to forgive my abuser than myself. My heart breaks from all. I sort of forgiven my abusers, but I also sort of haven't. And yeah, big hug. Please hug to User X. Okay. Yes. Do you have advice for being more assertive? So more assertive. Can you say in what way? Because there isn't like a one way of doing it. It took me many years to be able to look somebody in the eyes. Even I would drop my eyes down. Anybody else had that? Like you talk to someone, you can't look at them because it's danger. So it took me years to just practice to even look into the person in the eyes, never mind being assertive. So and it came from me finally not giving a fuck. I don't know if anybody can here relate to me, but it wasn't until my family turned away from me. It wasn't until I've lost everything. I mean, after I understood that they don't care for me, but guys, after I understood that I never had a family, like it was a facade, it was fake, that was when all my fear was gone. And that, I don't know if you want to call it assertiveness, but anybody can relate to that. When you've lost everything, finally you don't give a flying fuck. Like you've lost You don't want to give any fucks anymore. And that kind of turns into assertiveness. I don't know if that answers your question. Hold on, there's a lot. I'm trying to read it all. Aliyah says, so I'm starting my CPTSD recovery, doing it on my own, but where do you recommend to start or do? Again, if you want to, come to my Saturday class, to try to write it out. Again, I'm not a professional therapist. Just know that, okay? I'm just trying to build a community where we can help each other write this out, because I believe that if you're in your place in your trauma journey where you really need a mental health professional or therapist, please go see them, because it can harm you if you share your story with people. But there comes a point where it is really helpful. When you're ready to share your story with people and it is empowering, then come to me. This is the place that I'm at. And so you have to, I like that. Eric says, Tiger Mom, assert yourself for your inner child. Right on. Yes, I forgot about Tiger Mom. That's right. Self-love, self-acceptance. Oh my God, there's a lot. I could not look people in the eyes when I was younger. Yes, I can relate to that. A family who controls, abuse me from every angle. How do I escape? Can everybody please talk to ar.wa.a.arwa, with some ideas or suggestions? Because I talked about it before. It depends on where you are, but the best you can do is begin to plan how to escape. If you don't have a plan written down, you pretty much, it's really hard because you don't really know how much money do you need, where are you going to go, who's going to help you. So you got to write it down. Elaine 11 says, yeah, it feels so nice not to consider my family anymore. I know, right? They probably weren't your family to begin with. Shitty. Yeah, that's awesome, Eric. You can embrace the best parts of therapy and company. So yeah, there you go. Look at that. Shimi Polkaru, planning was crucial for me to get out. So the reason why I'm mentioning that is because if you have this nebulous wish or like it's in your head, it really often doesn't happen because you forget and you don't talk about it. Oh, I'm your family? Oh my God, I'm honored. Thank you. I am your family. You are my family. Totally. Joseph in a blank says, totally. We are family here. We're better than family, right? We get each other. Look at that quote. Capitalism kills my soul says, trauma work is like cleaning garbage off your yard. It's not your garbage, but it's your yard. I love that. That is awesome. It is not your garbage, but it is your yard. I love it. This is awesome. Oh my God, look at this. Rissy B says, one of my abusers just died and it brought up a lot of feelings for me. I'll be writing my story. Please, and Rissy B, please send me a message. Come to my Saturday class if you can. I would love to read your story. Can we all please send love to Rissy B? Because even though it was an abuser, I'm sure it was difficult losing the person that you did love at one point, like the child in you still loves. Everybody can relate to that. The child inside of you still loves your abuser. Despite everything they did to you, you still love. There's this desperate kid inside of you that loves that person dearly, unconditionally, and hopes that one day that person will love you back. You kind of learn to live with it because you know they never will. But there's always that kid in you. I still have that kid. And she still desperately wants her father to love her. She still desperately wants her mother to love her. And she still loves them both. Yeah, thank you. So I did another video where I told you I'm imagining both of my parents as babies in my hands, mom and dad. And I bawl my eyes out because I love them so much when they're babies. Like before they became who they became, before shit happened to them, before, oh, Loopy, for you, I still am that kid. Hugs to you and love. And yeah, I don't think about it often anymore, but I do have these feelings, like especially when it's some holidays. Actually, in America, it's easier for me because it's not connected to, I didn't grow up with that. Like we didn't have Christmas. We didn't have Thanksgiving, we didn't have Easter, we didn't have all of these family things that are happening in America, so I don't get triggered. Like, you know how a lot of people get triggered, like it's Thanksgiving and I can't go see my family, can't. I don't care, because that date means nothing to me. But it's, There's some things that still do, like going to my boyfriend's house. His parents are still together, mom and dad. They love each other dearly. And I'm like, dude, you're so lucky, because I come in there and I feel kind of like I'm adopted. You know, they would they send us presents for Christmas. I'm like, I have never gotten presents from my parents for Christmas. It's like, this is so cool, you know? So then I go to their house and I imagine. Thank you, Shimi Polkaro. Totally agreed with you. So I imagine it's my mom and my dad. They're not, of course. And I've only seen them in my life together twice. One, I have a photo album of their wedding, which I actually stole because my grandmother died and my father was going to throw it away. So I took it from Russia when I went there and I hid it and I brought it over here. I can show it to you. It's beautiful pictures of them. And the other time is when I gave birth to my baby. I was a teen mom and I gave birth to my daughter. They came to pick me up from the hospital together with other relatives. So they were like standing, 3 yards apart, not looking at each other because they hate one another. So, hey, you're not late. I'm bored. You're here. You made it. And that was the only 2 times that I've seen my parents together. The other times when I was a kid, I don't remember. There's not a single memory I have, like a birthday party or going to a park. Nothing, nada, because my parents were together until I was 9 months old. They didn't feed me. I got into the hospital. I had to have a blood transfusion because I was dying from being too thin. I mean, what? So that was in Germany because my father was there for his job. So my mom went back to Russia. My grandmother took me away from my mom because my mom was also a teen mom. She was 19 years old and they fed me like cow's milk. They went to the village to get milk from this old lady from her cow in a bucket, to nurse me back to health. And then I never really lived with my father and my mom together. And then when I was 4, they divorced. And then when I was 5, my mom got pregnant again because apparently they had like total magnet for each other in terms of like compatibility, for sex. And then she taunted him. She made an abortion. And that is when he started abusing me. When I was 5, to take it out his anger at my mom because I look like her, and the rest is history. So let me scroll back up. There is so much stuff you guys typed up here. Oopsie Droopsie Daisy says, when you began your healing, did you feel overwhelmed? I'm going to work, it is so hard. Yes, I did. It was so much. In fact, can we all please send love to Oopsie Droopsie Daisy and say, you got it, you got it, you got it, sister, you got it. Can we please all? I would do, I would write for maybe 15 or 30 minutes and I would nap. It would exhaust me. Just writing about it, not even talking, just writing. So it's normal. Even now, sometimes when I'm writing an intense scene, and guys, it's been 12 years and I'm writing every morning. I'm writing my thriller, my first thriller right now. It knocks me flat on my ass. I just want to go to sleep. Like it exhausts me. So that's totally normal. Do you have children? Sorry if that personal. No, not personal at all. Yeah, I do have 2 kids. I had my daughter when I was 18. I was a teen mom at 17. And my son, so my daughter's 26 now, and my son is 17. He's actually going to be 18 this summer. So I'm going to be an empty nester. I'm almost done. To be fair, it's more like unnecessarily suffering from weakness. Okay, I'm not following this conversation. Maybe you can explain more. You want to see pictures? Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. You're welcome. What happened to your child? Hold on. There's so much and it just all scrolled up. What happened to your child? I gave birth to her. I raised her. She was my salvation in many ways. Like she kind of made me grow up and I love her to death. She's here. She's a graphic designer. She designed all of my book covers. This is her work. I'm really proud of her. She's amazing. She has an amazing life and I managed to stop the cycle of abuse with my kids. Litty Titty as says, how do you deal with self-sabotage when you believe that everything is going to shit anyways? Hey, I just made a video on self-sabotage. Yay, go watch it. It's for you. Totally. Literally, Cheryl, you're a beautiful being. Oh, thank you so much. You're a beautiful being. I know you are because of what you just told me. Yeah, people like that shouldn't have children. I agree. Both of my parents should not have had kids. They did. It happened. And so it happened. Hold on. How do you deal with catastrophizing? What is catastrophizing? Or how do you handle the guilt of others shaming you for going no contact? Weary, oh, hey again, Weary Wombat. God, I love your name. It's so creative, Weary Wombat. And I can totally see that. So how do you handle the guilt of others shaming you for no contact? You know, that's an interesting one. I had a different kind of guilt. I had, maybe some of you guys can relate. Any of you here, is your child speak Russian? Yeah, they do, both of them. Any of you here can relate? Any of you here are immigrants or any of you here know what the poverty complex is? Like a guilt of escaping? Is it just me? So my shaming came from my family, more like, hey, we're struggling here in Russia. We're not having any money. And you're like this rich American bitch now. And why aren't you helping us? That's where the shame came from. Anybody else can relate? Any immigrants here? Where it looks fantastic on the outside, like I can't tell them. They don't even care to hear about my story. It just looks like I made it out, and they hate me for it because they're still sitting over there. And it's like, anybody else can relate? Thank you, Feathered Parasol. You are already perfect. Can we all please tell Feathered Parasol? Oh my fucking God, I love that. This is so creative. Feathered Parasol. Can we all just say, you're awesome? Like, you really are yourself and you're enough. You're perfect as you are, okay? Can we just all tell Feathered Parasol, you're awesome, you're awesome, you're awesome. The fetus, however you say your name, it's like a really long mouthful, is my parents are immigrants. They send so much money back home. Yes, oh my God. I moved in with my dad. He's rich and my other siblings are poor and I was raised poor. Right. So you get that, right? Like all of a sudden people see you. So my relatives would see me and they're like, oh, you're having it nice. You look so nice and you look so healthy. You must be rolling in dough. Like my aunt wouldn't speak to me. She just thinks that I'm like, that I betrayed the family. My half sisters and cousins, wouldn't talk to me. Again, my mom called me to ask for money. It's just like, okay, what am I, a money printing machine? Like, is that all you care for? Like, how about just asking me how I am? So it used to make me angry. Then it used to make me depressed. Then it used to make me, I was suicidal, at a point of like, I don't want to live anymore because my family gave up on me. And then finally I was like, fuck you all guys. Like, I just stopped, now I don't have any contact or hardly have any contact with them. There's only my stepmom who would safely wish me happy birthday every year because she would not talk to me. Here's this, guys. I cannot call my mom or my stepmom and tell them, hey, can you tell me about my childhood? Can you tell me why I was hospitalized with bloody diarrhea? Hey, hello, please, what happened? Can you tell me? Can you tell me when my father picked me up? Can you tell me where he took me? Can you tell me what he did to me? Can you tell me why I started peeing myself? Can you tell me why I stopped talking? Can you tell me why I started dancing around myself? Can you tell me why I drew penises when I was little? Can you tell me why I stopped talking? I would not talk for weeks. Can you tell me why I was so afraid of my father? Can you tell me why I was afraid of beds? Can you tell me I was afraid of the dark? Guess what? No fucking way. It's a wall. They would not talk to me. Not once. Not my mom, not my stepmom. Not once. And so that is why I wanted to kill myself. It was a fucking wall. And I was like, do you even care? Like, what did you do? Did you know he did this to me? What did you know? Did you suspect? You didn't protect me, huh? Did you? I can't have that conversation. My mom just hangs up the phone, And if I go back to Russia, I try to talk to my stepmom. And she's very diplomatic compared to my mom, And she turned around and she got angry. She's like, I don't want to talk about this. You keep talking about it. Why can't you put it back? Why do you have to go back there? And I was just like, geez, really? Like, nope. So I was just like, well, fuck you all. So that's, I'm doing this for you guys. You're my family. I'm your family. Like, really, they don't care. And they will never probably talk to me. So I wish I could remember it more, but I just can't. I can't talk to any of my family members. And some of my cousins would tell me what they remembered. I'd be like, oh my God, you remember how my father was weird? And my cousin was like, oh yeah, when he was walking around naked in the middle of the night in the apartment, oh, that's okay. He was just joking around. But now that they know, when I publicly went about it and I confronted my father, they shut it down. Not one of them would talk. Like my half-sister, my dad would set her up with his friends, and one of them abused her in the movie theater. I mean, it goes on in the family. Sexual abuse is rampant. It's like normalized, the behavior, right? He would grab my ass and he would say, oh, you're too skinny, or grab my boobs, or like, and it was normal. The women would not say anything, right? So that's what you get. You're not alone. I'm here with you because just there's no point. I cannot even talk to them. Actually, I got like ringing in my ears right now. Whoa, I have like shit coming up to me from talking all of this. Literally, Cheryl says, I stopped talking for 3 months when I was transferred from my abusive mom to my grandma's. Same here. I wouldn't talk for weeks. That was my only power. That's the video. Oh, you can relate, Shimi Polkaru. You know what? I'm so happy you can relate, but also I'm so sorry and fuck your abusers. Like, honestly, I'm angry. So, this gets my blood going. Literally, Cheryl says, I don't remember not talking until my grandma brought it up. Yeah, exactly. So, I had 2 powers, you guys. You know, I was beaten, belted with the belt, with whatever they could beat me with, and I was silent. I would not make a sound, and I was so proud of myself. I cried. Like I had silent tears going down my face, and I would not make a peep. And I would make them mad, and they would beat me harder. And I'm like, don't care. I feel nothing. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I mean, so that was my escape. The second one, I figured out I would stop eating. Like, they would try to force my mouth open, whatever, I just would not eat. So that was my power over these people. So I feel you guys. I feel you. D3NIIII, all his II says, I haven't talked to my mom and many of my siblings in 2 years because of this. I feel you. And by the way, fuck them and don't talk to them. If, like, honestly, you guys, these people, they don't deserve your time. Like, not a minute of your life, okay? Your time, your life is for you to be happy, and fuck those people. They don't deserve you even to think about them. Like, no, goodbye, nada, get out of my head, get out of my life. Goodbye. Like, you don't belong here. I'm gonna be happy, and you get the fuck out because you never wanted me to be happy, so I'm done with you. That's what I think. Literally, Cheryl says I was belted 26 times because I used too many baby wipes cleaning wet. God, fucking, it's just like people are so inventive when they hurt us, aren't they? I bet we can share stories, right? I mean, look, Still Wonder says, look at you shining. Yes, please come shine with me. I love that. Fuck them all, you guys. We're all shining here. Yeah? Yeah? Everybody's with me? That is the best revenge. The best revenge is to be happy, healthy, and they can do what? They can't do shit to us, right? This is, hey, hello, Catherine Jewelry. Hey, you're coming into a conversation. We're actually going to start wrapping up pretty. Yeah, we are all shining. Yes, yes, everybody, we're shining. Shimi Polkaru says, my mother was arrested while beating me. My dad had to leave to get the police. You know what? You're lucky in a way. I mean, you're unlucky, but man, I could not press any charges. I mean, I was a kid. Yep, let's break the cycle. Yeah, we're still here, despite what they did. Exactly, we survived. So I can't go back now and tell them 40 years ago when I was 5, like there's nothing for me to do. And frankly, I don't care. Like, I don't want to waste my time on it. Like, I have no time to waste on it. And I honestly tell you, fuck them. Don't waste your time. Honey Marrow says, Honey Marrow, by the way, is such an awesome name. I confronted my dad and cut him off 3 years ago. Thank you for your videos. Yes, I confronted my dad 12 years ago and I have not heard from him, and fuck him. Like, well, no, I'd be lying. I do miss him. I do miss the good parts of him, but otherwise, he's gone from my life, and it's as much as if he's dead. I'm really happy without him. Okay, Cassandra Sanchez says, I feel validation of my feelings because of your story. Totally. Yes, if it helps you guys, I'll tell you more stories. I mean, yeah, many people don't grow. Yes, exactly. By the way, do you know who are the abusers? You know how people say you get older? They don't. Their bodies get older. They don't get mature. We're the ones who grown up. They're not adults. They're kids. They just get older. Their bodies get older, but they never become adults. We're the ones who became adults. We're the ones who had to parent them, okay? That is why we survived, right? We were as kids, we were as adults, and they never did. So they're old, your mom and dad, they're still babies. I mean, literally, they're not mature. And so you grow, you guys grow and change. These people don't. And that's why I love teaching writing, because hero and villain, you know the difference between hero and villain? Hero changes, villain never does. That is why writing is so therapeutic, is you get to see how your mom will never change. Your dad will never change. That's why I did this video. Run away. They won't change. Like this bullshit people are feeding you. I'm going to change. Or like you have a toxic relationship. I'm working on it. You know, people change once in 7 years. And if they have more garbage in their yard, right? That's going to be 14 years or maybe double that. So it's like, please run, please go. You don't deserve another minute of wasting your time on people who are toxic to you, people who are hurting you. Like they don't deserve a single thought in your head about them. No, goodbye. Right? So, hold on, I've been talking a lot and there's so much. Catherine Jewelry, now I'm engaged. My fiance accepted me with my 2 kids. Hey, happy engagement. That is so awesome. Can we all send congratulations to Catherine Jewelry? That is fucking awesome. You love stories and you love this group. Yes. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Hold on, guys. I'm just reading all this stuff. I believe that they are hurting, so they hurt me because there's a problem. Yeah, they hurt you because they see the relief on your face. Okay, that is why they hurt you, is because they themselves are so numb they can no longer feel it. But I've been talking a lot, you guys. I wanted to ask you, last night when we talked, you wanted me to make a video on how to be comfortable with touch. And then you also asked me about flashbacks. And then the whole thing about food came up. So watch that video, tell me if it was helpful, ask me any questions. But do you want me to make a video? What do you want me to make a video about tomorrow? How to be comfortable with touch, or just in general, what the fuck it means for us sexual abuse survivors, childhood sexual abuse survivors, childhood abuse survivors, childhood verbal, emotional, physical abuse survivors. Why are we so afraid of touch? Like, how to be comfortable with touch again, or how to deal with it, or video on going quiet, cringing at flashbacks. Okay, I got flashbacks. I'm making a list, you guys, here. It's like first come, first serve kind of, because I got a lot. Hey, yay, look at this. Capitalism kills my soul. Sending love to everyone here. I'm proud of you all for working on yourself. Yes, I'm sending love to you too. Can you all please send love to each other? Just flood each other with love. But I got flashbacks. That's going to be tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. But tomorrow, a lot of you have been asking about touch. You know, a video about why we hate ourselves after being abused. Silence and touch. Best ways to deal with depression and anxiety. Okay, so touch was a lot about yesterday. So I'm just kind of confirming. So touch and silence. Silence might be a whole another video because, you know, going silent, going silent. Talk to me about touch. Yeah, look at that. Everybody loves everyone. Please tell everybody that you love everyone. Sibling abuse. My sister turned on me to get back at her father. They both were on my neck. Guess what? My half-sister turned away from me too. She turned on me. She blocked me everywhere. Even though he hit her, I don't know what else he did to her. My first fear was about her, and she just turned on me. And it was just like, I still haven't talked to her. I haven't talked to her in over a decade. So it's painful. I love her, and I wish I could, but maybe one day she'll come back to me. So I feel your pain. But anyway, guys, let's get back to touch. So you did ask a lot about touch, and I can talk a lot about it because I've experienced it. So talk to me about touch. What is it about touch tomorrow? Being comfortable or uncomfortable with touch, so I can make you a video. How do we develop confidence that we do know and can know what to trust, or maybe like whom to trust? Hang on. How to deal with your feelings being invalidated by your family rather than dad making me feel nuts. Yeah, what's happening? You just got here? Hey, we're wrapping up. What's happening is we're talking about me making a video for you tomorrow, how to be comfortable with touch, you know, or what's happening when somebody's touching you, jumping out of your skin. Yeah, Santiago, El Joe, you know what? Stop listening to them or just start ignoring them. You're not dramatic and you're not crazy. And frankly, they will not get it. There's no point in talking to them. They will not understand. Come here and talk to us. So my older brother sexually abused me at 5 for 10 years. I'm so sorry. And thank you for sharing your story with us. I mean, that fucking breaks my heart. Can we all please send love to Riasa, Riysal, Riasa 17 or something like that? How about the ways to begin to receive positive touch? That's a good one. Come on, guys, talk about touch to me, because I'll be making a video on touch tomorrow. So what do you want me to talk to you about touch? Just so that it's useful, not like, I don't feel like this video on food was useful today, but I did my best. I want touch, but my family makes me uncomfortable. Okay, just type in sentences, literally. What is it about touch? Come on, and I'll think about it to talk about it tomorrow. Yeah, it is a safe space. Yeah, absolutely. And anybody dares to make it not a safe place, I will block their asses in the breath of a second. So ways to get used to touch. Okay, what else? Come on, guys, all talk at once. Touch. Give me a point so I can, like, you know, dredge it up from my memory and give you like a good video tomorrow that's actually helpful and not just me is going blah 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 blah. Unless you want me to make more stories, you know, I find that if I give you tips, that helps better, right? So anything else about touch? Yeah, I like it that everybody's sending love to Oopsie Droopsie Daisy. Touch, you know, something that would make you feel comfortable. Progression of touch, reintroduction. So, okay, touch reintroduction. That's a good one. So like how to receive touch again. So it's like you can't receive touch, right? But you want to, but you can't. Am I reading that right? I mean, I know it happened to me. I can talk actually about touch and also in intimate experiences like sex, right? And being intimate with a partner where you're like, you cannot bear to be touched. Reintroduction is perfect. Okay. All right, I got it. I think I got it. Unless you have more, type up because it's 10:05. I need to go and actually, I promised myself I would finish my life early, but I can't go away from you guys. You're so awesome. You get me. I get you. I love this. Like, I love it that I can just talk to you. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you said it, KK. You guys are awesome. We got this. We're doing it together. Totally. So, yeah, touch. Come on. Any last few comments? Because I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to go and drop into bed and I'll make you a video tomorrow. Absolutely. So, yeah, once again, if you want to try to write out your shit and learn how to deal with your trauma and anxiety, everything you were telling me, to write it into a story so I can guide you, come to my Zoom class on Saturday, 3:30 to 5 p.m. Pacific time. Just send me direct message here with your name and your email and I'll add you. Preferably you're over 18. I'm going to actually do like a Zoom for teens because I know a lot of you are here under 18. How can I touch yet not feel guilty? Okay, I got it. So come to that class on Saturday and you know, Eric here, or Eric has probably left already, can tell you that it was awesome. Or those of you who have been in class can tell you it was awesome. It was absolutely amazing. People wrote beautiful stories and it's very healing. So I'll see you then. And tomorrow I'll try to go on live again in the morning, except I changed my schedule. So it's going to be more like 9 to 9:30 or 9:10 to 9:30, maybe for about 20 minutes. And you know what? I love you all. Like, I know we haven't met in real life, but I really, really love you all. And I hope that you love yourself and you're going to give a hug yourself to your inner child today. How can I feel the touch without feeling disgusted? Okay. I love you. I'm going to go and go to sleep, okay? I'll see you guys tomorrow. Message me. I love you. I love you. I love you. Bye.